For over 3,000 years, China's majestic dynasties shaped not only a nation, but an enduring legacy, etched in stone, silk, porcelain, and scroll.
Among China's 8 ancient capital cities, Luoyang is the earliest one with the longest history, and it is the birthplace of Chinese ancient civilization. And Luoyang was established about 4,000 years ago, when China's first ancient dynasty named Xia, it was established Luoyang as their ancient capitals. So Luoyang was an ancient capital with 13 dynasties.
From the mythical Yu the Great to the twilight of the Jing emperors, China's dynastic rise and fall has captivated historians, artists, and now tourists from across the globe. Today, we journey through the rich history and dynasties of China, from the majestic Forbidden City to the elegant Summer Palace and the cultural enactments at the scenic Jingming Shangyi Garden. This is a story that highlights the deep connection between history, intangible cultural heritage, and cultural tourism. China's imperial journey began around 2070 BC with the Yan dynasty, transitioning through the Shang and into the golden age of the Han. Each dynasty through innovation, the Great Wall, the Silk Road, and the world-renowned porcelain. At the core of dynastic power was the Forbidden City, built by the Yongli Emperor of the Ming in 1420. For over 500 years, this palatial city was the home to 24 emperors.
It's one of the World Cultural Heritage. In 1987, it was granted World Cultural Heritage by UNESCO. Now it is the largest and best preserved imperial palace in the world, enjoy the top level among the 5 palaces in the world. It was built in 1406. The capital of the Ming Dynasty, the founder Zhu Yuanzhang established the Ming Dynasty with the capital city in Nanjing, Jiangsu province. Because his first son died early, so he was succeeded by his grandson. The second emperor was suggested by the officials that he should reduce the power of the regional garrison commanders. His uncle Yan Zhudi, who had headquarters in Beijing for many years, and he got so angry at the news, so he started a war under the excuse of wiping out evils for the country. So the war lasted between nephew and uncle, and at last the uncle defeated the nephew. So the uncle became the third Ming emperor with the reign title Yongle. Emperor Yongle has lived in Beijing for many years, and he missed Beijing, and he realized the peaceful northern boundary was very important for the whole country. So he decided to move the capital from Nanking to Peking. Large-scale construction of the Forbidden City, Temple of Heaven, and his tomb was built at the same time. So in Beijing, in total, there are 8 World Cultural Heritage, and 3 of them were built by the third Ming Emperor, Yongle. So it took Emperor Yongle 14 years to complete it. So from 1406 to 1420. In 1421, Emperor Yongle moved the capital from Nanjing to Peking. And following him, the following Ming and Qing emperors also lived here until 1911. So in total, 14 Ming emperor and 10 Qing emperor used to live here, more than 600 years. After 1911, the Qing dynasty finished. But the last emperor Puyi, he could still live in the inner court until 1924. After 1924, the whole complex was converted into Palace Museum and opened to the public in 1925.
The Forbidden City, located in the heart of Beijing, is a masterpiece of imperial architecture and authority. Built in the early 15th century under the Ming dynasty's Yongli Emperor, it became the residence of 24 emperors and the center of Chinese political life for over 500 years.
Beijing became the capital about 800 years ago by Mongolian people. Genghis Khan, his grandson Kumbhala Khan, established the Yuan dynasty with the capital city in Beijing. So Beijing is the city both old and young. The city appeared about 3,000 years ago. So Beijing used to be called Yan because 3,000 years ago, Beijing located in one of the kingdom. It was called Yan. Yeah, so another name, the old name of Beijing was called Yan. And the capital started from the Yuan dynasty.
True to its name, the city was once closed to ordinary citizens, with its gates guarded and its access limited to the emperors and the privileged few. Today, this UNESCO World Heritage Site stands as the world's largest imperial palace, inviting visitors into a once forbidden world of China's grand imperial past and power. The Summer Palace in Beijing is the best preserved imperial garden in the world and one of the largest of its kind. Built in 1750 as a royal retreat for the Qing dynasty, it was nearly destroyed during the Opium War of 1860. Rebuilt in 1886 on its original foundations, it now stands as the UNESCO World Heritage Site and a masterpiece of Chinese landscape design.
The Summer Palace was joined World Cultural Heritage in 1998. It was built in 1750 by the Qing Emperor Qianlong for his mother's 60 years birthday celebration. Emperor Qianlong liked traveling, and he made the sixth travel to South China 6 times, and he wanted to copy all the best attractions from South China to Beijing. So during his time, the famous 3 hills and 5 gardens were built or enlarged in the northwestern suburb of the city of Beijing. So the Summer Palace used to be one of them. So it was built in 1750. But unfortunately, in 1860, when Anglo-French, so Britain and France, invaded China, the 3 hills and the 5 gardens were destroyed by the soldiers. And in 1888, Dragon Lady, so she was a very powerful woman in the late Qing dynasty. So she ordered to rebuild the Summer Palace for the rest of her life. And every year she lived in the summer palace from April to the end of October. So in the late Qing dynasty, the summer palace was more important than the Forbidden City.
Sailed against a backdrop of scenic hills and lakes, the Summer Palace features pavilions, palaces, bridges, and temples. One of its most iconic feature, the long corridor, stretches 728 meters and is adorned with over 14,000 paintings, each offering a vivid window into Chinese legends, historical tales, and cultural traditions.
So Summer Palace was Emperor Qianlong for his mother's birthday celebration. Yeah, to build the Summer Palace. Not only built the Summer Palace, but also built in total 3 hills and 5 gardens. Yeah, so near the Summer Palace, 2 other hills and a few gardens. In total, 3 hills and 5 gardens were built or enlarged in northwestern suburb of the city because he wanted to copy all the best attractions from South China to Beijing. So the Summer Palace used to be one of them. So everything here related with long life, longevity, because so he was a very nice son, and he enjoyed long life, and his mother enjoyed long life too. So in ancient times, the average Chinese people just alive 39 years old in Qing dynasty, but his mother 86 years, and this emperor, Emperor Qianlong, 89 years old. Yeah, very nice emperor and a very nice son. Take a look. So this rock look like an old man, represent a long life. Why we put a rock in front of the gate? To prevent the evil spirit from outside to the courtyard and protect the good feng shui not went out. Yeah, so we must put a rock or a screen in front of the gate. Take a look. This is a mythical animal. So this animal is the second mythical animal in China. It is called the qilin. It can distinguish right from wrong. It is also called the Qianlong body and the Cixi leg. It was made during Emperor Qianlong's time, but it was destroyed during the war in 1860. So during Dragon Lady's time, she ordered to renovate this animal. So take a look, the front leg. Can you see? Destroyed before, and later during Dragon Lady's time, renovate again. So hence the name, Qianlong body and Cixi leg. This dragon, this animal, head of a dragon. Take a look, head of a dragon, antlers of a deer, hoofs of an ox, and the tail of a lion. So it can distinguish right from wrong. Yeah, the second mythical animal.
During our visit, the Summer Palace proved to be more than just a scenic landmark. It became a space for reflection on the importance of sustainable tourism, the preservation of cultural heritage, and the powerful role that places of a memory play in mapping identity and fueling economic growth.
Our trip to China now brings us to the Summer Palace in Beijing, one of the memorable heritage sites of this great country in terms of heritage preservation. And as an anthropologist, I'm just intrigued how the Chinese have kept their history intact. We find that back home in Kenya, we have a very rich history, but we tend to talk about other people's history. We tend to glorify other people's achievements. People who came to visit Africa, people who came to visit Kenya. We have the Fort Jesus. Fort Jesus may have been constructed in Kenya, may have been established in Kenya, but Fort Jesus essentially belongs to the Portuguese. It is the heritage of Vasco da Gama, Tristan da Cunha, Alfonso de Albuquerque, people who came to visit us on our continent. Where are our stories? Where is our product? Where is Koitalel Arab Samoy? Where is the Orkoiyot? Where is Lenana? Where is Nabongo Mumia? Where is Menza? Where is all these people whom we have learned about in our own history? What this tells me is that it's not easy to brainwash the Chinese. Apparently, what they have as historical stories in this country are also enshrined not only in the constitution as a powerful tool of reenacting their heritage and preserving it, but these stories are also found in the syllabus. Children in China are taught about their history, and it's mandatory that children here are taught history. Unlike in our country, in Kenya, where history as a subject is optional. In fact, it looks like we are very uncomfortable with our history. I think for us to prosper, for us to move the next step, we need actually to reenact our own stories. We need to hear about Rwanda Magere. We need to hear about all these heroes. All these, we need arenas that relive their glorious past. This is where Africa in general and Kenya in particular will have a very strong, robust heritage and cultural grounding.
The Jingming Riverside Landscape Garden is a cultural theme park that offers an immersive journey into the Song Dynasty, a period renowned for its cultural brilliance, artistic achievement, and technological prowess. The entire garden is a recreation of Song-era architecture, daily life, and tradition, right down to costumes worn in live performances.
你我虽是阵前相见，但是我很敬重你的骨气。开炮！
During our visit, we witnessed the thrilling water battle show, a dramatic enactment of a Song Dynasty naval battle, complete with traditional warships, choreographed combat, and stunning visual effects. It offers a vivid glimpse into the military strategies and maritime strength of the era.
The booms there were in the northern Song dynasties in ancient times. There were so many wars at that time. So most of the performances in this garden is according about the wars. And the performance we watched a few minutes ago, that is to protect Kaifeng. Kaifeng was the capital of the northern Song dynasty. So many ethnic groups want to attract Kaifeng city. So some soldiers to protect their capital.
Equally captivating was the horse battle show, an enactment of cavalry warfare featuring skilled riders in full costume performing battle formations, archery, and dramatic stunts. Together, these performances reflect the tactical precision, discipline, and bravery that defined the Song military. Jingming Garden serves as a living museum, reviving the spirit of a dynasty that helped shape the foundation of modern China.
As I leave China, I'm quite encouraged that there is hope that we can keep our cultures alive with the constraints that we have, if it's financial, whether it's the distances that we have to cover, whether it's the extinguishing embers of traditions that we are seeing all over the countries, or is it, the mismatch between the old and the young, or education that has come in. There's a way we can use digital platforms, innovative, new ways to not just preserve, but interact with and ensure that there is posterity in whatever we do. So as I leave China, I'm very, very much encouraged that we are able to adapt some of the things that we've seen here, of course, with relevant authorities, have official websites, be able to share this on social media, be able to create content that is relevant and has a workflow, so that by the end of the day, we are able to consume something that can be kept in a systematic way. So I'm really thankful, I'm very happy. China was very good, and I hope that after implementing this, we'll be able to give a more positive and report that will be able to shape our communities better.
As this journey comes to an end, we carry home not only memories, but valuable lessons and experience by walking through China's history. Through its monuments and living traditions, we rediscover the universal truth. Heritage is not only what we preserve, but what we practice and share with the world.
We know that we have lost two ICH, very iconic ICH items. The Kikoi and the Kianda. Kiondo. We've lost them, I think, to Japan. Both of them. It's a sorry state of affairs. Why? Because at the time we were losing those items, our IP, intellectual property laws and processes were not very robust. I think the government is moving very fast, and at the moment we have the documentation and digitization of local cultural expressions and indigenous processes, indigenous knowledge of genetic as well as cultural aesthetic materials. This process under the national product industry, I think, is a good initiative. At the moment, we are doing, I think, 22 counties, which are local repositories, and then which are linked to the national repository. We are recording, documenting, and then having digital archives of these materials. And what is the reason, or what is the rationale? The rationale is that we need these materials stored and identified as Kenyan, then stored as Kenyan, so that anybody who wants to use these materials must first of all get permission from the holders and practitioners of these cultural heritage aspects.
For Culture Quest, I'm Levis Msumba.